Game number 614, Animal Lover. It's a dating sim visual novel with a bunch of probably some sort of puzzles as well, a little bit. Here you'll play a young woman trying to cure 5 beefy attractive men from being turned into animals forever. What? Okay, well, let's try it out. Quite the life's mission, right? It's like the stakes just go so much higher each time I see a visual novel. It's like... What? There's a blinking option? Huh, interesting. Alright, let's try a new game. Hello, my name is Lucy. You know what? Let's just go with the default name. I love that they did it with a name tag. That's a creative way of doing it. That's really cute. Can you change features? Nope. Alright. I love animals. Not obsessively though. I love a lot of things. I just happen to really love the company of animals. Even when they're mean or skittish, I find them relaxing. So, well, veterinarian seems like a logical choice. I'm decently smart. I like the company of animals. Vet, easy. I was told life decisions were going to be hard. I'm sure they are, but the biggest decision of my life so far has been a relatively simple one. So I'm not too worried. That's a setup for a disaster. Look at the pink clouds! Oh my god. That's so cute. I bet it's a dream. Alarm is saying, "Yo, Lucy. Sorry to disturb you." No, it's fine. What do you need, alarm? You know what? This is such a nicer alarm than the one we had in the last game. This one doesn't, it just asks you politely. You overslept. What? You overslept. You hit snooze 3 times and you overslept. No, I didn't. I appreciate alarm, but I'd know if I overslept. If you insist, and I do. Wait, what? Now it's doing the meep 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 thing. Oh no, tell me I didn't. Crap. Oh no, he was totally right. Who was right? My alarm clock. My subconscious was trying to wake me up and I wouldn't listen. So my alarm clock gained the ability to speak in my head. Was politely telling me that I overslept, but I wouldn't listen. Turns out my alarm clock was totally right. Oh, okay then. Did you want anything to eat before I go? What are you making? Just some toast. Take mom up on some toast? No toast, no time. You're late, just leave. So we'll probably meet a different person based on our choice or something. Toast sounds good though. Alright, some toast, sure. Toast would be great. Alright then. I attend school full time. That's not what I'm late for though. I got a summer internship at a local veterinary clinic. I'm only a few weeks from finishing it up. I go back to school in September. I was accepted to a 4-year college. Dr. Macmillan wants me at the office early this morning. Getting there early is going to be difficult because of how very late I am. Bye, Mom. I'm out of here. Alright, sweetheart. Your father and I will be working late this week, so if you decide to stay out after work, let us know so we don't worry. Will do. The sun is bright today, but the oppressive kind of hot. Not the lovely kind. Nice art though. What few clouds there are appear sparse and withering. I'm uselessly praying for rain as I trudge my way down the street towards Dr. M's office. Hello, Dr. Macmillan? You're here? The vet has the scent of chemical cleaning. The empty rooms are serene underneath the bright fluorescent lights. I don't see Dr. Macmillan anywhere. The doors and windows are locked as I look around them, all except for the back door that I came in and one window. Which means either Dr. Macmillan is late or she's early and she's doing some spooky waiting thing. Like she knows I did something wrong, like leave a window open and she's in her office chair right now, waiting to reprimand me. Dr. Macmillan? Are you doing a spooky waiting thing? The front door opens and Dr. Macmillan walks through it, carrying a large travel bag with her. Morning, Lucy. Sorry I'm late. Got caught up in traffic. Were you waiting long for me? Awesome. Just a couple of minutes. I decided to get here a little early so I could open a window to cool this place down. Yeah, it's still a bit little hot, huh? Hot day. Well, thanks for getting here early, Lucy. You asked me to, so of course. That's right, I did. I'm waiting on an important message. Do we have anything on the answering machine? I don't have a clue. No, nothing. Darn, alright then, I've got to make some calls. I'll give you something to do in a minute. Take your time, Doctor. Once she's gone, I rush over to the answering machine. 3 messages, damn. Dr. Macmillan, I cry out halfway across the office. Yeah, Lucy, I forgot, we have 3 messages. Oh, weird. Who from? I don't know. Okay then, will you take them for me? Sure, yes, absolutely. I don't know why, but I feel guilty now. I probably wasn't worth it to lie about getting here early. I just want this internship to work out. I just want everything to work out. The play button is still flashing. It's still desperately trying to get my attention. I press the button and sit down with the pen and paper. Hi there, Dr. Melissa Macmillan. We are conducting a nationwide survey. We were wondering... Beep. That's enough of that. Dr. Macmillan has very little patience for automated calls. I sometimes see her write down the caller IDs of telemarketers and survey callers. Makes me kind of nervous, actually. I press the delete key and place my pen to the paper. Hey Melissa, it's Catherine. I was able to move my schedule around and I can absolutely look after the place for you. It was a close call too, but it all worked out in the end. Sorry I couldn't call earlier, I just got things settled. But I want to talk to you about your hours and scheduling. And I got an extra day off so that we could spend a day together and you could buy me lunch. I don't actually mean that. You've done so much for me. This is the least of my worries. Plus, I've got family down there, so it'll be nice. I guess you're home by now, so I'm sure I'll talk to you tomorrow. And I'm serious about lunch. Let's make that happen, my treat. Unless you want to go Dutch. But you're not treating me. Keep going, this is important, sure. Don't say hi, Don says hi, he misses seeing you. He won't be able to make it, but he sends his best. But that means this counts as girl time. And with Don's promotion, Lord knows I could use some girl time. When you're back, I mean. Anyway, I guess I'll talk to you soon. When you're back. Anyway, I guess I'll talk to you soon. Call me. You got my number. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. Huh. She was excitable. I write down that Catherine can look after the place. Next message now. Sorry, it's Catherine again. So, soldier on, you're a good intern. I wasn't totally sure you had my number. I'm pretty sure you would have called me before, but I thought, you know, just in case. Plus, I wouldn't be offended if you didn't have it. I forget things all the time, and what with smartphones being all the rage, who remembers numbers anymore? So yeah, I just wanted to make totally sure. My number is 870 42 49. 870 42 49. Okay. Again, that's 870 42 49. Okay, bye, Melissa. See you soon. Still going, but no, there's no sound. Silence, occasionally speckled with the sound of cloth brushing against a microphone, come from the machine. Then a voice. Yeah, sure, let me check. I think, yeah, maybe. Wait, oops. No, I've had a call going this whole... Huh. I get up to go visit the doctor in her office. That was a very, like, naturally written phone call. Doctor, hey Lucy, who were the calls from? First one was a nationwide survey. Oh, did they give a callback number? Oh Lord, no. Oh no. No, they didn't. Lucy, I'm kidding. Is the message expunged from the machine? Yes. Good, the world is a slightly better place now. Weird sense of humor. The other two, both from Catherine. Oh, what did they say? God, whoever knows. She said she'd be happy to look after the place. Did she say anything else? A lot, actually. Anything that sounded vital? I don't know how to answer that. Dawn saying hi and anything regarding girl time or splurging doesn't count. Then no, not really. Alright then, wonderful. What does she mean, look after the place? I'm going to be gone most of next week, so my old friend Catherine Doherty is going to be setting up her practice here for a couple of days. Oh, okay then. Yeah, you'll get the time off. You get the time off. She has her own interns and you'll just get credited for the time. Thank you, Dr. Macmillan. That's very kind of you. No problem. He's being too nice right now. The lump in my stomach is growing. It weighs on me like a fast food burger that just got comfortable. Might as well go for it. Dr. Macmillan? I lied to you. I only got here a minute before you and I left the window open last night. Lucy, you can't do that. What? Lying? Or... The sentence already sounds horrible before I'm even done saying it. Leaving the window open overnight? Well, both, clearly. Yeah, I know. But you can't leave the window open. We have a lot of expensive supplies in here. Any of it gets stolen and it sets me back a pretty penny personally. Like out of my wallet. Vacation fund. Dental co-pays. Do you understand? Yes, ma'am. Good. Anyway, thanks for telling me. That was considerate of you, seeing as you would have gotten away with it. This won't be affecting your letter of recommendation. Thank you, ma'am. No problem. Plus, I didn't get caught up in traffic. I overslept. I don't know why I said I got caught up in traffic. There was no traffic. Oh, no problem. Feel a lot better. I've never been good at lying to people. The moment I try, I get a cold sensation in my stomach. It doesn't go away until I tell the truth. Probably a pathological thing. But as far as I know, it couldn't hurt me too bad. I am, however, the only person I know who has this. Other people are perfectly fine at lying. As far as I know, anyway. Time passes slowly in Dr. Macmillan's office. There's always something to do and there's always something to interrupt what you're doing, but never too urgently. Family's supposed to be coming in soon with a hamster. They think he's sick and they say that he's been unnaturally warm lately. I still don't know of all the things that could possibly imply. Perhaps it's a girl hamster in heat, or it has a tiny adorable little fever. I like hamsters. When I was a kid, or at least a younger kid than I am now, I guess, I had a hamster named Barbasol. So named because I thought distinguished gentlemen names were funny and it sounded like one. I did not realize at the time that I had gotten the name from my dad's shaving cream. Regardless, I would call him Mr. Barbasol. He would wiggle his little nose and I would kiss it. The way he looked afterwards always killed me. In retrospect, he looked as any hamster in any situation would, startled with big, bulging black eyes. I miss Mr. Barbasol. He was one of the few animals owned by children younger than 10 that was able to die of old age. He was lucky, I guess. My friend's rat had its neck snapped by the reckless closing of its metal cage. That point in my memory is usually when I stop trying to reminisce and attempt to start finding a more productive use of my time. There are always folders to be sorted away, so I pick myself out of my mind and start fiddling with the schedule to find out which folders to file away and which ones to leave. I don't like thinking about folders at all. Jasmine says, yeah, lying gives me anxiety. Honestly, I don't have an opinion of my own lying. I usually don't. Most of the time I don't. But when I do, it's like it's so inconsequential that I don't even think about it. I think I lie more to people I don't care about. I need to maintain a consistent story with the people I do care about, so I don't lie to those people. Just sharing a personal opinion. Yeah. I see more problems with lying than with telling the truth. Unless like you're like in the closet or something. Even when I'm in the closet about something, I don't exactly lie about it. I just see the people you're in the closet with are ignorant to begin with. So even if you tell them the truth in a roundabout way, if you don't use the right words that they have prejudice against, then they don't have, then you can tell them the truth and get away with it, you know? It's not something I thought about much often, but like, if someone doesn't really understand their prejudice against something that they don't fully understand, I can talk about that thing without using the word that they're familiar with, and they wouldn't know that I'm talking about that thing. So it's a way to get away with telling the truth, but without telling the truth, I guess. Yeah, it causes anxiety when I care, so I find a different solution. Oh, makes sense. That's also a very positive approach to that. Can't think of any examples right now, but I wanted to expand on that prejudice thing. I can't think of anything right now. Oh yeah, okay, hold on. Here's the thing. Like if I don't want to tell someone about, you know, I don't know, being autistic or something, being neurodivergent, I could tell them that I have sensitivities to fabric, which is true, but they don't necessarily know that it has something to do with being neurodivergent, because they might be already prejudiced against it. If they are prejudiced against it, then they don't know enough about it. I mean, they might see it's a neurological disorder, but they don't know the details of it. So they don't know about hypersensitivity. They only know that kids with that that neurotype has are like bothersome or something. Like that's the prejudice that they have. They don't know the internal reasons. So if I talk about my internal reasons, they have no idea that I'm talking about the same thing. So yeah, it's one of those roundabout ways of talking about it. So I don't feel bad about like lying, but I also manage to say it in a way that I don't get into trouble with them. I used to do that same thing with gender related stuff. Like I would present my I guess my suppressed gender at the time as a quirk in my personality. You know, like that's how it would come across to people who are not on board. Like they'd liked me for some reason, but they wouldn't like me if they knew everything about me. So I would tell my truths and wrap it up in a package of quirkiness, and then they would be all into that. Sorry, it's going totally away from the game, but just it's an interesting topic, so I wanted to speak to that a bit. Okay. As I am opening the P2S cabinet to put away Shwesky's file, I hear a jingling behind me. In walks an older woman wearing a large pair of sunglasses and a small child in a pink shirt. They are carrying a cage with a blanket over it where I can only assume the hamster is resting. Begin to approach the reception desk as I have to resign myself to put away files later. Hi. Hi there, here to see Dr. Macmillan? Yeah. I'll let the doctor know you're in. How's the little guy doing? I don't know, Mindy. Why don't you tell her? He looks better. A lot better. But she and her father insisted that we bring lamb chop in anyway. My jerk sensor is already ringing off the chart. I keep up appearances regardless. Oh, is his name Lamb Chop? Mindy nods at me reluctantly for a second, but stops and begins shaking her head as if she's changed her mind on the issue. It's actually Ham Chop. Well, it's a good thing you brought him in anyway. We'll make sure he's doing A-okay. Why don't you guys have a seat for a minute and we'll get right to you. Yeah, no problem, Jasmine. Yeah, I like to share these things. I get away with telling a lot of truths in a lot of places. That's basically what I wanted to express. Social media too. People get, people are ready to get prejudice and very fighty on social media. I sometimes give them very specific examples and get away with saying things that they have no idea what they're listening to, Yeah, years of practice. Hey, how long does this kind of thing take usually? I can't be sure. Depends on what the doctor thinks is wrong. Whatever, say that hypothetically the thing is fine, not sick or broken at all. It'll be, what, 15 minutes? I really don't know. I'd say minimum about half an hour. Fine. Mother goes down to sit down as I'm standing behind the desk wondering what I said wrong. She's wearing high heels, but she's pressing down on her heels hard to let me know that I didn't give her a satisfactory answer. Sounds like a Karen. Excuse me? Mindy is still standing in front of me, the hamster's cage set on the counter. Ham chop. Would you like to see him? Cute kid. You know what? I would. Ham chop, you said? Yeah, his name is Ham Chop, like lamb chop, but he's a hamster. A gold and cream colored hamster with black eyes and adorable pink nose stares up at me. And I was almost in a bad mood too. Oh my god, I love him. Yeah, We picked him up from the pet store. They called him Elvis at the pet store, but I didn't think that was good, a good name. Hey, that's okay. I think Ham Chop is better name too. Wanna hold him? That would be against policy, and I haven't told Dr. Macmillan that the hamster has arrived yet. I'm also not in a mood to not take some time to see a hamster at the behest of some bitch who thinks I'm her servant. Can I hold his cage? Yeah, just be careful. Daddy says he's a fragile hamster. He's fragile like glass. I'll be extra super duper careful. Okay. I hold the cage up to my face and look at his little eyes head on. Looks just like Mr. Barbasol. His nose is sticking out of the cage, shoving it through as if begging for attention. He doesn't look too sick. I don't think he's too sick anymore. Okay, well, I'm going to go get the doctor. Without thinking, I lay a little peck on Ham Chop's face and lowered the cage to give back to Mindy. Suddenly, the cage is getting heavier. There's a light coming from somewhere I can't make out. My arms tighten in response to the immediate heaviness. Someone just dropped a bowling ball on my hand. I'm attempting to heft the cage back onto the table. No use, the cage drops to the ground. My eyes try to surface above the bright gleaming light. I see Mindy and the mom lady recoiling from the cage. My grip begins to loosen. I can barely see inside the thing. What I can see is a large lump of flesh. It's either taking the hamster or that's the new Ham Chop. I'm startled and frightened, and it's shockingly quiet. No din or explosion, just a bright, blinding light and the stunned silence of 3 horrified women. The lump grows inside the cage, beginning to strain at its edges. I'm trying to lift the cage back onto the table for only a second longer. After that, I guess I realize that it's a lost cause. I recoil from the cage and pull back from whatever is inside of it. It's growing arms, it's growing legs, it's growing inside the cage. A small piece of metal wire has broken. The skin of the thing inside the cage is bleeding against the taut metal. Finally, in one instant, the cage has broken. The lump of flesh lifts itself upwards, standing taller than the world around it. It has a human form. Light still gleams off of its hair and its fingernails. Finally, the light calms, and what's left is... They put a censor thing. I love the sensor badge, the sensor seal. A man. A beautiful man standing buck naked in the middle of the veterinary clinic. I have a hard time with that word today. He has luminescent orange hair. His gaze has turned towards me. His eyes are a striking blue, and his shoulders are pulled upright and tall. He seems serene, not frightened like us, not even shocked. He's calmer than every bit of the world I can put together right now. The mother and child behind him are rushing themselves out of the door. Are they calling the police? The government? Suddenly it's him. It is he and I. Us. Hi. Hi. Hi there. Hi. Hi? I'm struggling to say anything. Yes? That was not hi. That was I. I is not hi. He thinks I'm going to say something. Hi? Hi. Edmund 7. Wow. He has a number. Clearly it's a prince of some sort. There's not enough screaming and hysteria happening. Yeah. He's gorgeous. Good lord, he's gorgeous. He's completely naked. Like, I can see everything. He either hasn't seemed to notice yet or doesn't care. I don't even know what I'm looking at. I kissed a hamster, the cage broke, and a naked man is standing in front of me. My name is Edmund the Seventh. Thank you for setting me free. I look up for a second. Oh geez, he's caught me staring at his crotch. I'm blushing red as a wildfire. Keep my eyes fixed on him and extend my hand. My name is Lucy. Pretty name. I've never met Lucy. Hamster teeth? What the? He's got hamster-like buck teeth. That's really cute. What the fuck? I wish he'd stop being so naked. It's distracting. Edmund? You said? Mm-hmm. He said as he gave me a happy nod. I hope you don't mind me saying, Edmund, but you are super naked right now. Yeah, I know. I promised myself that if I ever turned back, it wouldn't be the first thing I thought about. You don't say. I've had a lot of time to think. Uh-huh. Give me 1 minute. Okay, Lucy, get your thoughts together and hurry. There's a naked man in the veterinary clinic you are working at, being an intern at, whatever. If Dr. Macmillan comes out and sees this, it'll be a very difficult thing to explain. So, first things first. Hi, Edmund. Hi. Would you mind coming with me? Not at all. Great. I drag Edmund down the hallway towards the bathroom, which we have to pass by Dr. Macmillan's door to get to. Just go quickly, she didn't seem to notice. Inside the bathroom, Edmund sits down on the toilet. His wounds from breaking out of the cage are mostly on his back, which I can see now. They're bloody, but bleeding seems to have stopped. They do look bad, though. Surprisingly, Edmund doesn't seem to notice. Okay, just stay here for a bit. I don't know how long I'll be. Lock this door and just stay here. My pleasure. Close the door on him and I walk towards the doctor's office. I have to think of a very quick lie. Doctor, I say outside of her office. He's on the phone with someone. I walk inside. Yes, absolutely. Not yet, but I've got a lot on my plate. I'll take some me time when I go up north. Doctor? Yes, Lucy? The family with the hamster called and cancelled. Really? I didn't hear the phone go off. Other line. Oh, right. I'm on the phone. My bad. Alright then. Hey, wait. Something's come up. If I call Annie and she can fill in today, is it alright if I go home? Is everything okay? This is a pivotal moment. If I say everything's fine, then I doom myself to looking like I'm just trying to skip out on work. If I tell her this is serious, she'll absolutely want to know what's happening. Just have to be straight up as I can. I don't know. What's going on? Can't really tell you right now. A hint? No. Lucy, you're scaring me. If it turns out to be nothing, I'll be back later today. I absolutely promise you. Well, you sound serious. I'm not supposed to reply to that, but I was about to, though. Okay, I'll call Annie. Get out of here. You owe me one. Thank you, Dr. Macmillan. Of course. Sorry, Kathy. No, it's my intern. Apparently an emergency. She's still talking as I leave her office. Dr. Macmillan is still unaware that there's a tall, statuesque naked man in her bathroom. That cold stomach feeling is back. Should I tell her? Yes. Let's see how that goes. Doctor, a tall, statuesque man is sitting inside your bathroom naked and is, as far as I know, single. Pardon? There's a very tall, handsome, naked, and possibly available man taking refuge inside your bathroom. Good. You can have the rest of the day off. You're my favorite intern. She just imagined all that. Bad idea. I would have loved to see what would happen if you did actually tell. I'll just deal with the cold feeling. There are bigger matters at hand. A knock on the bathroom door. Yes? He says from inside, muffled. I need you to follow me. Be quick about it. Alright then. Cool. He's not opening the door. Oh, sorry, still locked. Thought I had opened it. My bad. The door opens now. His wounds are looking ghastly and he's still every bit as naked as he was before. Oh my god, does that hurt? Does what hurt? Good, that gives us some time. Okay, how smart are you? Come again? Do you know what a car is? Yes, I was just in one before coming here. Oh, okay, cool. Dr. McMillan keeps spare scrubs around here somewhere. I don't know scrubs. They're what I'm wearing. Uh-huh, will they fit? God, I hope so. Great. Should I continue standing out here? No, I guess not. I'll get back inside the bathroom. Okay then. After grabbing the largest pair of scrubs I could find and one large towel, I handed the lot to Edmund in the bathroom. He told me that the scrubs don't fit. The towel should work though. Apparently. Great, come on out. We're walking to my house and grabbing my car, then we're getting you clothes. Really don't need to be doing all this. It's fine really. Let's just get you to a place of normalcy before I start asking you questions. Stuff like, why was I a hamster? Yeah, stuff like that. And why did you change when I kissed him? Oh man, this is a fairy tale. Oh jeez. I gotta ask. There's no effing way. I gotta ask. Edmund? Yes? Can I ask you a question? Yeah, go for it. You're not a prince, are you? Not anymore. Oh, that's that's an interesting answer. Okay. You know, when he said Edmund the Seventh, I kind of figured that's a prince. So, Jasmine says, so if he were not attractive, would Lucy be screaming and have left the building like the traumatized mom and daughter? I'm not sure. I mean, not left the building because she works there. I don't know. It's hard to gauge the prejudice of someone with so little information. Huh. Not anymore? Nope. But you were? Yep. A prince, indeed. That got turned into a hamster? You're kidding. Nope. God, he's taking forever with that towel. And I kissed you, and you turned back into a prince. Not a prince anymore. For all intents and purposes, you're a prince. Nope, I have no claim to anything anymore, except for a tiny metal cage, and I broke that. I hope Mindy's not angry. But I am absolutely not a prince. Shut the hell up, you're a prince. You're a prince because you were a prince then, you were an animal now, and you're a prince again. If you insist. The door opens, he hasn't even tucked the towel in, he's just holding both ends. He probably tried tucking it and couldn't. Edmund, you even look like a prince. But I'm not one. We can continue this discussion later. Alright then, let's go get my car. Begin walking out the office and start trudging through the oppressive sun to get to my place. The journey is always longer coming back than it is walking there. We're forced to walk uphill rather than downhill to get to my car. As we walk, sweat drops from my forehead and gets in my eyes. It's nice and cool out here. I don't miss sweating under all that fur. I'm going to need to address this right away. I can't allow this to start. I'll let it slide. Come again? The casual reference to being a hamster. You can't just toss that out there for God's sake. This is weird, and I want to vomit from stress. I apologize. Please don't. I said I'm letting it slide. Just promise you'll try not to do that. Alright then, I promise. My bad. We're almost there. Just a couple of more minutes. Finally somewhere safe, in the side yard of my house. Edmund, is still a man who was less than 30 minutes ago a hamster. Is also visibly upset. I'm listening to Edmund regulate his breathing. He let out one sigh the moment we stepped in here and hasn't let another one out since. He should be way angrier at me than he is for my weird outburst. Then again, he is a prince. Maybe they just handle themselves a little better than, not princes. Peasant folk? Edmund, you said? Yes, miss? He's going to have to cut that miss shit out pretty soon. I'm having trouble talking to him as a normal person. If I start thinking of him as a prince, I'm going to freeze up again for another good 5 hours. Please don't call me that. I apologize. Lucy, then? And please don't apologize. You haven't... I make the mistake of looking him in the eyes. He's still gorgeous. Thankfully, a little less naked. I was expecting Edmund to look at me with big, sad puppy dog eyes, but his eyes are closer to curious than sad. He's not taking his eyes off of mine. Can't tell if he's studying my face or if he's simply listening, but I feel flattered and caught off my guard regardless. You haven't done anything wrong. I was worried I had offended you somehow. No, you haven't. It's just... This is weird, right? I'm not wrong for thinking this is weird. It's weird. I haven't been treating it that way, but I can only imagine the shock of... I'm going to let him finish his thought. I want to see how he phrases it. Watching a naked man rise from the body of what was once a hamster. Feels like it's a little more than that. I understand what you mean. I didn't actually think that would happen. This felt like a day like any other. I was going about my business as usual. I had just woken up, eaten a few pellets, went to the... He catches my gaze for a moment. Right, well, hamster business. Wood shavings and everything. Wood shavings and everything. I see a young woman pick me up. She kisses me on the nose, and my body returns to me. I'm a little surprised myself. So, this is weird for both of us? I don't know if I'd say weird. Weird is a strong word, isn't it? We're not close. We're still a good few feet apart, but I'm not talking to a prince for a moment. He begins to fidget with his hair. His eyes are a striking blue that attract light and gleam like a brightly lit Christmas tree. Wait. Oh my god, Edmund, you're bleeding. The wounds on his body have begun to leak blood, looking a little more urgent than it had before. I am. Are you okay? Bursting out of the cage hurt a lot actually, but I'm fine. I thought you said it didn't hurt. What? When did I say that? I don't recall. Do you need a bandage? Wait, what am I saying? Let me go get you a band. Please don't trouble yourself, honestly. All I'd like is a towel to clean my wounds up a little and find a way to procure some clothes. If I go inside, I'm going to arouse suspicion from my mom. It's way too early to be back from the vet's office. I'll sneak inside and grab a towel and come back out again. Then again, he's wearing a towel already. Well, if you want... Could use the towel you're wearing? Oh. Sure. You could use the towel you have on you. Oh? Edmund looks down and blushes. Oh no, he's looking at me like I'm a pervert. Well no, he's looking at me like I'm a respectable human being. I wish he'd look at me like a pervert so he could validate my horrible embarrassment. I hope you don't mind me asking. What's up? We're at your house, correct? Yeah. Do you have any towels in there? He's understandably squeamish. I should have realized that just because he was okay with being naked before doesn't mean he is now. I do, but my mom is in there, and it's too early for me to be back from the vet's office, and you would be very difficult to explain to my mom. Oh? Oh, right. That makes sense. Then you could just... Before he can finish his thought, I turn away, closing my eyes. Consider peeking for just a second, then decide against it. Why, you've already seen it. I mean, like, if you've seen it once, it should have existed in your imagination for good. So I know, I don't know why you have to peek. Some logics escape me with these things. Like, you either gotta be honest and be like, I'm gonna just watch, or you gotta be like, I don't need to watch because I've seen it already. You know, I don't understand the middle ground in that. I mean, I haven't forgotten any genitals I've ever seen in my life. Like I remember all of them. So I mean, more or less. So I just don't get that seeing it a second time would be anyway. Moving on. When I finally turn back, his towel is wrapped around his waist again, but spotted with bloodstains. Thank you, Lucy. It's no problem, Edmund. I think I can hear the front door jiggle. We should go. Sure. Are you doing all right? Yes, yeah, I'm fine. My heart is beating 100 times a second, but I'm fine. All right then. We walked to the car and started to leave. Edmund has his eyes fixed out the window, gazing at the streets and people as they pass us by. His spirit seems to have lifted a bit. I'm still not totally sure where I'm going when he finally speaks up. So we grabbed your car. I wasn't sure what he was getting at. Yes, I suppose we did though. Without alerting your mother. Thankfully, yeah. So she probably thinks you're at the vet. That's the plan. Which means I'm lying. I already feel a little worse. What the hell is he getting at? So then, where's she going to think your car went? Well, I took it with me. But didn't you walk? Yeah, but oops. Hey, Mom. Can hear my voice played back to me just slightly as I talk. I picked up the car, something came up. I'll explain later, but I don't want you to think it was like stolen or anything. Sorry I didn't come to say hi. Anyway, love you. Bye. If nothing else, that gives me a little more time to think up a decent lie. I hate lying, especially when I'm not necessarily doing something wrong. Well, it's not a lie. She came in to pick up the car because something came up. I mean, like... That's literally the truth. That is the truth. That is literally... Should I have abandoned a naked Edmund on the streets for the sake of not having to lie to anyone? This could have been solved if they had a security camera at the front desk of the vets. Because then it would have been recorded on camera and you're like, oh, you just have to look at the security footage and no one has to lie to anybody. Yeah, so it's like no one has to lie to anybody, just look at the security footage and that's what happened. What are we gonna do about it? Would anyone understand if they caught me lying? Is this a decent excuse? All of these musings come to me as I am forced to select men's clothing from a thrift store. Shirts, pants, underwear, shoes. I don't know if Edmund would be a medium or a large. Maybe an extra large? He's not a small guy, which I guess would preclude the medium sizes. Or would it? I pick up all sorts of varying clothes and shoes. Thrift stores having a sale. It's all amazingly cheap. As I check out, swiping my card through the machine, I ask myself if anyone's going to pay me back for all of this. I don't suppose Mr. Prince can spot me at 20. Whatever, the clothes cost $5 at most, which would be easier to swallow if I was getting paid for my work. Internships. Returning to the car, I see Edmund staring out the window at the bland gray suburbia. Can't see his face, it's turned away from me. If I was sitting where he was, I'd be looking out at the boring, hot mess of colorless concrete with annoyance. Who knows though, maybe he's doing the time traveler thing where every bit of modern life fascinates him, or something. Part of me can see him hiding some resentment. I should not have asked him to use his own towel. I hope he's not angry. Hey Edmund, got you some clothes, I hope they fit. I got you easy fitting stuffs. If you don't like it, let me know. They're not the most regal clothes in the world. Kind of shabby. Lucy, it was kind of you to even get them for me. That makes me feel a little better. Thanks, Edmund. So we need to talk this thing out. Thing? Nothing specific, just all of this. What's going on? I think we should grab a bite to eat and sit down to talk somewhere. Sounds good. Have you ever had coffee, Edmund? It's been a while. Would you like some? Certainly. Would it be alright if I also got water? Oh, of course. We are still talking like people. I haven't caught him speaking like a royal or turning his nose up at anything. His poise is remarkable, actually. He grips his seat a little as I start up the car. I take him to a change coffee shop. I'd take him to a neat underground coffee shop if I knew any. Oh well, he won't know the difference. So, I ordered him a black coffee and I put cream and sugar in it, imagining that he would not like coffee's bitter taste at first. I personally got an overly sugary frappuccino. We got drinks, sat down, and I'm ready to listen. Oh, the pink clouds again. My mind is open. I am calm. I don't have to go back to the vet today. I take a deep breath. Begin. What? Begin. How did this begin? What caused you to become a hamster, and how did it turn out that I could kiss you and turn you back into a human? I have no idea. What? I don't know. Oh, I thought you would know. Yeah, I really don't have a clue. It's all a blur. You're serious? Completely. I'd really like to know. I don't though. I think maybe it was a wizard? God. God damn it. A wizard, huh? I don't know, it feels like it would be a spell or something. I remember my 25th birthday. I remember a lot of people passing around alcohol. Remember large castle halls and big promises. One day out of nowhere, though, I just kind of realized that I'm a hamster. Like I was probably a hamster for maybe a few years before I realized that I was one. Could have been a decade, I don't know. Then I had a bit of a crisis, a panic. For the first 100? I had to be at least 100 years. For the first 100 or so years, I was a wild hamster, resurrecting as a wild animal over and over again. I would die over and over. Sometimes it would be a hawk, other times it was a badger or something. Sometimes it would be a disease, sometimes I'd just die, for like no reason. Then, one day, I was a domesticated hamster, was placed in a cage and then placed in another cage. Little girl looked after me. I was taken care of. And then I died of old age. For a moment, Edmund is silent. This is a lot for me to take in too. Sorry, I'm rambling. I promised I wouldn't do this, but hamsters can't talk. They can't talk to anyone, not even to each other. Promised you wouldn't do that. Do what again? Casually refer to my previous hamster life. I didn't make him promise that, didn't I? Be playful? You know what? You're off the hook, but you're so not allowed to mention pellets or wood shavings. Edmund smiles. Big, blissful smile. It's refreshing and beautiful. There's laughter in his voice now. I promise I'll be more careful. Yeah, you'd better be. I will, I promise. Good. Now continue. Alright. Well, like I was saying, it was really nice to talk to someone. I'm really enjoying it. A lot. But I couldn't really do that for the past however many years. But one day I came really close. What? To talking with someone else. How? I was taken to a vet, different one than yours, and the vet was taking care of a cat. The cat didn't seem to belong to anyone. It looked like a stray. It was a white cat with orange and brown spots. Something was different about it though. Its eyes were moving attentively, glowing a little bit. No one seemed to notice but me. I thought the vet was going to check on the cat's eyes. No such luck. Then out of nowhere the cat spoke. Not out loud, but when the vet had checked the cat's private parts, I could clearly hear the cat talk. Clearer than any words I heard a human speak. Whoa. What did it say? Watch it, lady. Oh. Yeah, it didn't say another word. Then they said if they didn't find a place for this cat in the next week, they would take it to an animal shelter. Never heard what happened to it. How sad. How long ago was this? Last month. Oh. Yeah, I saw it just a month ago. So this cat's probably still out there. I imagine he's at the animal shelter. He was a testy cat, probably undesirable. It had a man's voice. Oh, okay then. Actually, that wasn't the only reason, but that's the easiest to explain. I just kind of knew it was a man. Weird. So yeah, I can't imagine anyone actually picked him up. I'm silent for a bit, trying to get a handle on my next words. Edmund's put me in a tough spot. Came here to figure out a plan for Edmund, to find him a place to sleep and find out what to do with him. Then he starts up on a story of another animal man, another soul trapped inside an animal's body. After this coffee break, I would be at least halfway through my responsibilities as caretaker, pet sitter maybe. Edmund's partially my responsibility, and yet I have no idea what to do with him. Are we really going to get started on saving more animals before I even know what to do with one guy? Even if there are people in need, we need a plan. To help this guy too, whoever he is. No, wait. Hold on. I don't want to sound like I'm asking you to... I guess I'm asking you for your help. And I want to help Edmund. If this guy's trapped like you are, I want to see him freed too. Edmund's silent. He wanted to say something, but he closed his mouth to let me continue speaking. I don't know what to do with you, much less another guy right now. I can't afford food or clothes for two guys, really. Plus, where are you going to sleep? I understand. I'll have to come up with a plan on my own then. No, Edmund, please. I'm not saying I'm not going to help. I want to. I can try to make it work. We just need to think it through a little more. Alright? So we should talk about... shelter. Suppose we should talk about the shelter situation. Alright, shelter, where are you two going to sleep? Truthfully, I have no idea. I find myself having to hand-wave the idea of him suggesting my bed. He's too polite for that. Well, if it comes to that, you can stay in my room. I'll have to sneak you in at night. Feels weird. What does? Being referred to as you two already? We're really doing this, aren't we? We are. I hope he's okay. Me too. Thank you for letting us stay in your room. Don't thank me yet, it's kind of a dump. Alright, food. Food, I imagine you're kind of hungry. A little, yes. A little? Kind of a lot. Well, we'll get you something to eat on our way out. I have a couple of $100 in my account right now. As long as you're okay with the cup ramen for a while. And by you, of course, I mean both of you. What is cup ramen? Oh, it's a very cheap kind of food. It's not horrible. Even if it is, it'll be alright with that as long as it's food. Of any kind, really. Edmund looks down. His eyes move vaguely towards his stomach. He's probably hungrier than he's letting on. Okay, good. I just hope that this cat guy is okay with the stuff. You think this guy's going to be naked when he transforms? Can't imagine he wouldn't be. Alright, then let's make a stop back at the thrift store before heading to the animal shelter. Lucy? Yes? You don't know I'm not positive that's where he is. I figured as much. Okay. I'm just going to grab him the cheapest clothes I can find. He'll have to go shoeless. They only had one pair of flip-flops at the thrift store. Or he can use mine. You're too nice, Edmund. What if it turns out he's a jerk? And he's a jerk that's been trapped in a cat's body. He has my sympathy. If you say so. That seems to about cover it. So are you ready? Ready as I'll ever be, I guess. I got Edmund a panini on the way out of the coffee shop. He ate it very loudly. I imagine it's been long since he's been forced to chew with his mouth closed. Whenever I look away, all I hear is repulsive smacking sound. When I turn to see him, though, he becomes much more forgivable. He smiles whenever I catch his eyes. Then I turn back towards the road. The crunching and smacking then resumes. Is the mouth open eating because of the years of being a hamster, really? Because I know plenty of men who have been gross for a good decade that do that. Okay, I'm gonna stop here.
That was cool.
This is quick save. What is that?
That's a lot.
It's a log, yeah. It's intentionally a log pun built into the interface. They built a pun into the interface. Wow, so there's like 5 of these. That's a lot of dedication for like a lot of writing, a lot of characters. Really cool. So that was Animal Lover. Very appropriately named. It's got 30 visible emoticons. More than 30 visible emotions. 150,000 words. No furries, don't let the title fool you. Simulates the act of dating. It's a dating sim. Nothing is just not in this one. There's no furries in this one, but it's just, you know, it's something else. It's only $10 right now. If you want to check it out, it's at trainwreckstudios.itch.io. It's called Animal Lover. Okay, well that was our game number 614.